7 against visiting Coastal Carolina. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the South Carolina Gamecocks Hockey Network here. Dillon Clark alongside Zach McKinstry. Sorry, we're a bit out of practice. Welcome to the second semester. Tonight from the Plex in Irmo, South Carolina, the American College Hockey Association is proud to present the South Carolina Gamecocks and the visiting Charlotte 49ers. Zach, it's great to be back.
It is certainly good to be back. Glad you guys are with us.
Last time these two teams played was back in February of 2018. Gamecocks coming back into that second semester, a 5-3 win all the way up in Indian Trail at the Extreme Ice Center. That was a huge win for the Gamecocks, a much-needed win, and a struggling team to get above 500 that semester. But this semester couldn't be a more different story. 6-1 right now, the record for the Gamecocks. They finished the first semester 5-0. The first loss coming just the other week against the visiting Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. They split that series, winning the first game 8-7, losing the second game 8-6, and the second game still has an impact on tonight's game, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Very aggressive last game, we might add. A couple suspensions, but that last game is definitely going to add some fire for this team, having their first loss of the season. They definitely don't want to keep that up, turn it around.
The bar has certainly been raised. The Gamecocks will be without defenseman Brian Soar tonight, as well as backup goaltender Zach Lynch. Alan Surwa had planned for Lynch to start the game tonight, but due to a little bench scuffle that the two got into, not with each other, they have been suspended for tonight's game. Duncan Hickman was also thrown out of that game for fighting. But Hickman will be in the lineup tonight. Soar and Lynch will not. So that means head coach Alan Surwa will turn to Kyle Gradsky in net tonight. He is the one and only goalie for South Carolina, so Gamecocks are going to have to protect him at all costs.
Absolutely. Kyle Gradsky has a lot of pressure on him tonight. He needs to step up for this Carolina hockey team and try and turn this losing streak, one-game losing streak around.
Some of the players to watch, other than South Carolina's lone goaltender, we'll start with Charlotte. The 49ers have one of the best scorers in all of college hockey. Andrew Miller, 27 goals, 15 assists for 42 points in 16 games. Miller recently broke the 100-goal mark in his career back in November. A prolific scorer. The Gamecocks are going to have to watch him all night long.
Absolutely. Those stats are just crazy in whatever league you play. Andrew Miller has definitely been the hot hand for this UNC-Charlotte team this year, and one of the big keys to the game for South Carolina will be to shut him down.
I was able to talk to both coaches of both teams, Alan Surwa and the coach of the visiting Charlotte 49ers. Both said that he just sees the game, Miller just sees the game way differently than anyone else does. He's a step above the way he prepares for every game, the way he skates around out there. You're going to have to watch him all game. Someone else to the Gamecocks is going to have to watch Chase Weirden, the captain of these visiting Charlotte 49ers. Weirden and Miller, you're going to get them at the same time. They're on the same line. Weirden makes Miller even more dangerous.
Yep. Weirden is the captain of this team and a leader in the locker room. This UNC-Charlotte team looks up to him, and him and Miller are a deadly combination.
In goal tonight for the visiting 49ers, Harrison Druitt, just brought onto this team a week ago. The 49ers lost one of their goaltenders to graduation. They bring Druitt in. He will make the start tonight for the 49ers. Flipping things now to the South Carolina Gamecocks. The first player that comes to mind when we talk about players to watch for them, Corey Hawkinson. He's one of those players that he gets in offensively, defensively. He's one of the great two-way players that the Gamecocks possess. Look for him to have a big night tonight.
Yep, he is the point leader for this team, and he's definitely one of the things that they're going to need to get going. Corey Hawkinson needs to influence his team and get their energy up first period.
Another player or group of players, in this case, the first line for South Carolina, Cam Mega, captain Jake Tenji, and on the right side, Bobby Van Dusen. They lead the team. They've produced 17 points as a group through the 7 games that they've played, and that's a solid rate for your first line.
Yep, this is a lethal first line, and if they keep up the rate they've been doing all season, then we could see an electric first period.
And as we said, Kyle Gradsky, the goaltender tonight for the University of South Carolina. He's only played 2 games this season. He's going to get a chance to have his third piece of action tonight against a 49ers team that is just coming off of a league championship last season. They broke all kinds of records. We'll get into that more as the broadcast goes along. We're going to step aside right now. The teams finish warm-ups. We'll have the national anthem. And when we come back, it'll be the puck drop here for Charlotte and the University of South Carolina. Stay with us. All right, welcome back. We are just in time here for the first period between South Carolina and Charlotte. Puck about to start, puck about to drop, game about to start. Alan Surwa goes with Cam Maka, Jake Tenji, and Bobby Van Duzen up front. Duncan Hickman and Nick Peters on the back end. As we said, Kyle Gradsky in goal for the Gamecocks. We are underway here in Irmo. Into the Gamecocks zone. Van Duzen shipping it up, brought down by Salfia. Salfia just going to wrist it back in past the right pad there. Kyle Gradsky. Hickman surveys the lay of the land off the boards. Held in, though, by Charlotte. Bring it back in. They got two guys in front. A centering pass stick back behind the goal line by Kyle Gradsky. Comes all the way around. Bobby Van Duzen trying to get it for South Carolina. Van Duzen, stretch pass cut off. Up into the bench. Hit one of the Gamecocks right on the top of the head. He's all right, though. 19:32 to go here in the first period. We got our first stoppage in play. Alan Surwa here going to leave the first line on. Surwa in his fourth year coaching the South Carolina Gamecocks. Starting up front for the Charlotte 49ers as we face off again here at center ice. As we said, Andrew Miller and Chase Weirden on the wings. Centering them will be Greg Driscoll. Behind the goal now for Charlotte. They'll try to get it out of their zone. Just a lackadaisical chop off the boards there. Gamecocks holding in. They'll rotate it down low. Gonna bring it into the slot, a shot there. That one's saved there by Driscoll. Behind the goal again, Gamecocks have it. Work it back out to the point now. Nick Peters shoots it off a couple of legs. Peters can't get it back. Charlotte not making it easy. They're trying to get the zone exit, and a nice chip over the blue line there as Cam Maka goes down. That puck stopped by Harrison Driscoll. Druitt, excuse me. Driscoll playing center here for the 49ers. Harrison Druitt, the goaltender. Gamecocks intercepting there. Now it's going to be a chance for Ronan Egan on the backhand. He can't get a good shot off. Egan still with the puck, though. Facing heavy pressure from behind the goal line. He tries to center in, and a diving attempt there. Puck could not be kept in by Evan Hoey. The puck's going to come all the way back down to the right. Kyle Gradsky. Back around. Ian Powderly can't handle it. Charlotte, a chance. Goes off a few sticks. And again, it drifts back into Charlotte territory. Corey Hawkinson talked about him being the offensive catalyst here for the Gamecocks. He's got it. He wrists it in around behind Druitt. Druitt, an active goaltender, playing the puck as often as it comes to him. Behind the goal it comes again. Pressure by the Niners to keep it in the zone. And it will come back out again. Neutral zone battle here so far tonight. Backhanded in there by Evan Hoey. Hoey did not play in the last game the Gamecocks had due to shoulder injury. He's been nursing that for quite a while now. He's going to try to stay healthy here. And now a chance back the other way. McCarthy hit by Hoey. What a big hit there by Evan Hoey, sending McCarthy down to the ice. But Charlotte's got the puck again. Tries a centering pass there. Would not go. Behind the goal. Charlotte rotating now. Back again for out from behind the goal. Pass up to the point now. Top of the circle shot. Would not get to that. Slot shot. Wouldn't get to the net either. Third chance. Fourth chance. Off the side of that. Gradsky sprawled out. The puck goes wide. Charlotte. Heavy pressure now. Back out to the point. That shot tipped in front, and it'll go just wide of the goaltender, Kyle Gradsky. South Carolina able to put it off the dash of their head in there. Held in there by Charlotte. Ronan Egan tries to bring it ahead now. Some noise in the Plex here that we have not heard since Clemson came to town, and we all know how that game ended. Back the other way now. Charlotte. A nice play there around, I couldn't tell who that was, Dominic Centracchio. Back out at center ice. Charlotte regroups. They'll send it back in. Back in to play it now for South Carolina, Avery Pruden. Pruden, the rookie. His pass intercepted. Can't quite get it out again. Ray holds it in for Charlotte, and the Gamecocks bring it back ahead now. Down the right side, a long shot. Might have caught the glove there, maybe the face mask of Colin Anderson taking that shot there. Druitt got a piece of it. It wouldn't go. Back in now, Charlotte territory. Ray tries to get it for Charlotte. The Gamecocks have it. 49ers with a solid forecheck here about Dave Murray. Murray to Duncan Hickman up the boards. Colin Anderson couldn't get it there. Goes off the glove of Dave Murray. And into the right of Kyle Gradsky. Back to get it for South Carolina. Dominic Centracchio. Back out, held back in. Lovelace will backhand it in for Charlotte. Centracchio again. Centracchio, dangerous pass there, right in the slot. A chance on the back, and he scores! A mental error early on for the Gamecocks. Matthew Fawcett buries that chance on the backhand, and a chance here capitalized on by Charlotte. They go up ahead 1-0 here with just over 16 minutes to go in the first.
Tough start for the Gamecocks here. Mistake pass absolutely from behind the net, just centered right perfectly for Charlotte, and an easy goal for the 49ers.
Huge mental error there by Centracchio. We talked about how the absence of Brian Shore was going to affect this team. And right there, you see he plays top minutes. Soar making the sound defensive plays all the time. And the younger Gamecocks feeling his absence right now as it comes back into Charlotte territory.
Yeah, that one was put on a platter, Dillon, just to the wrong team.
Not the start that Gradsky had wanted to his first start in quite a while. Back in ahead, the Gamecocks play it high off the glass. Back in again, Druitt. Gonna stop it for Charlotte. They'll set up in their own zone. Back pass off the dasher. In behind Druitt, the defenseman will look up to the wing. The Gamecocks holding in. Blake Drummond cycles it back in. Ben Smith on the fourth line tonight for Alan Serwaz Gamecocks. Back out now, Evan Hoey, a long shot. Save made there. Right into the bread basket. Harrison Druitt's got either his first or second save of the night.
We are seeing a little bit of aggressiveness early on here from the Gamecocks. We saw that huge hit before the first goal for the 49ers. They need to keep that aggressiveness up if they want to continue and get back in this game.
Absolutely. It's all about keeping a steady and a constant attack here for the Gamecocks, something that they've struggled with last year, and they've certainly made strides to improve on this year. In behind Druitt, the Gamecocks battle for it. It comes out into the near side face-off circle. Now the Gamecocks having a backhand shot, never got to the net. Chopped out by Tenji there, still loose in front, comes back out to the point. Nick Peters has it. Peters' a shot goes off his stick, pops all the way up in the air, swatted out by a couple of players. Druitt's got the glove on the puck. Another face-off will come to his right here. The Gamecocks showing some fight.
Yeah, a lot of action in that offensive zone. Face-off here upcoming. But South Carolina definitely needs to keep up that pressure in the offensive zone if they want to get this goal back.
Big face-off here. Jake Tenji unable to win it cleanly. Comes back out. 49ers will have a chance. Picked off, and Gamecocks can get back on side. Van Duzen now tries to skate through, man. He gets put on his wallet. 49ers trying to move it back out. Jake Tenji keeps it in along the near side wall. Van Duzen comes in to help him. All three Gamecock forwards on one side of the ice. The physicality picking up here in the early stages of period number one. Hickman able to keep it in briefly, but now coming back the other way comes Charlotte. A 2-on-1. Andrew Miller. 27 goals in the season. Chance in front, just past the skate. And the right pad of Kyle Gradsky. Sky chance back ahead. Here comes Duncan Hickman, a 3-on-1 for the Gamecocks. Hickman, centering pass, shoots one. He scores! The Gamecocks get it right back. A pass from Duncan Hickman, and we are all tied up here at 1.
Beautiful fast break execution here. A 3-on-1 fast break to the other end. Beautiful pass across, and he did not miss that one. An absolute perfect shot into the top left corner.
Cam Maka going to be credited with the goal. That is his 7th of the season. He takes over the team lead in goals, and when you're playing on the line with Jake Tenji, good things happen. Jake Tenji, a huge two-way player for the Gamecocks. He makes positive changes in his end and the opponent's territory, and we saw it right there. Cam Maka off the pass from Duncan Hickman. We got a brand new hockey game here. Ronan Egan on the forecheck for South Carolina. Charlotte going to regroup a little bit here, taking in behind his own goal, Philip Warner. And now off the boards, coming back is Corey Hawkins. He ran into the ref, and now 2-on-1 for Charlotte. Shoots one, save made by Kyle Gratzky. As the official and Corey Hawkinson pick themselves off the ice, they're going to hear it from the crowd here in Irmo. Hawkinson right back into the play at the other end. He picks himself up, and he gets right back into it. Now Ian Powderly, a shot, shoots one, and that one stopped there. Druitt didn't know where that puck was. Nice chance by Ian Powderly for the Gamecocks to go up by 2. DDD pass here. Blake Drummond cycling in as the 4th defenseman tonight. Excuse me, the 6th defenseman. 6th and 7th pair man for the Gamecocks. That shot went off a stanchion awkwardly. Now a near side chance, shoots one, leaks through Gratzky, but not on goal. Gamecocks bad at it, and they'll come away with it in the other direction. Corey Hawkinson, long strides up ahead. Hawkinson throws one towards the goal. It never got there. In behind the net, a centering pass to no one. Gives Charlotte the puck and a chance going the other direction. End-to-end action here. Dominic Centracchio looking to redeem himself for that play that led to the first goal of the night. Centracchio's pass found Pruden. Pruden comes ahead now, throws it in on goal. And Druitt gonna hang on to the puck here. We got a face-off with 13:07 to go in the in the first period of the hockey game. We got a lot of hockey left to be played. The Gamecocks recently timed the game at 1.
We've seen a couple defensive mistakes by the Gamecocks in the defensive zone. First, we had the unlucky break where we ran into the referee. The referee fell down and led to a fast break, and then another bad pass, not paying attention to the defensive zone, led to a Charlotte chance.
You can tell that the Gamecocks are still getting used to being without one of their top paired defensemen. As back ahead come the 49ers. Pass into the slot, finds only South Carolina sticks. They'll throw it all the way back down in behind the goal line for Charlotte. It'll become an icing, as indicated by both the official and Harrison Druitt with their arms up in the air. Bring it back, 12:46 to go. Nathan Beaulieu, the backup goaltender tonight. Excuse me, Fred Beaulieu. Nathan Beaulieu plays in the NHL. You can see why I'd get those names mixed up. Fred Beaulieu, the backup goaltender tonight for Charlotte. And as we said, South Carolina, no backup goaltenders. In the event that Gratzky would go down with an injury, it's hard to say what would happen. Maybe we'll get someone from the crowd to come and put the pads on. But we hope we don't have to deal with that. In the corner now, South Carolina, Alex Siegfried trying to get the puck. Siegfried jamming away at it. Charlotte's going to come away with it. And now that's slot, almost a slot shot there. Avery Pruden throws that one into the Gamecock bench. We're going to stoppage, no penalty though, as the rule is written. If you shoot it out of your own zone over the glass, it's a delay a game penalty. If you shoot it out into your own bench, not a penalty, just a stoppage and play. The face-off comes back inside your own zone. Gotta wonder how many times people take advantage of that. Just throw it into their own bench. No, it's not a penalty. Defensive zone face-off now to the left of Kyle Gratzky. Fourth line out here now for South Carolina. Ben Smith on the draw, able to win it, but the Gamecocks not able to maintain control. Down to the near side wall now. That puck thrown ahead. Garasimo not able to hold it in. Ben Smith looks for the stretch pass. Unable to find Evan Hoey there. Hoey looking to cheat in. Now a 3-on-2 for Charlotte. Pass between the legs. Couldn't be handled there by Connor Williams. Puck drifts now into the near side circle. A diving play there by Nick Pizzo. One of the alternate captains for South Carolina. Pizzo's going to get it again. He throws it into a bit of dangerous territory there. Evan Hoey tries to advance it, and a Gamecock goes down. We're going to have a delayed penalty or an icing. It's going to be an icing. No delay penalty here for the knocking down of Evan Hoey. Again, yet another icing. Got a couple of these in quick succession. As we see the ebbs and flows of Gamecock hockey. The play stagnates, goes on for a couple of minutes where it's just icing back and forth. Neutral zone passes getting broken up. And all of a sudden it explodes and we've got offense all over the place.
So far we have seen an increase in discipline, something they struggled with last game against Coastal in the loss. hopefully they can keep that up.
Absolutely. Got to think Alan Surwa talked a lot to his team about that. And now a chance. Guess who? It's Miller in the slot. It's Chance. Broken up nicely there. A solid defensive play by Nick Pizzo. And now a penalty called. Interference signaled by the official. It looked like a solid effort there by Nick Pizzo to get the puck away from, I believe it was Connor Williams streaking in on Kyle Gradsky. And yeah, it's going to be Nick Pizzo booked on an interference call. The Gamecocks will go to the penalty kill.
I think I jinxed us right after I start talking about discipline. We have a penalty. And another key to this game for South Carolina is going to kill the penalty, because UNC-Charlotte's penalty has been incredible this year.
They've got an elite power play. Be interested to see how they set guys up. Driscoll's going to take the face-off. He's got Miller back to his left. And a great play right off the face-off. Duncan Hickman slaps that puck, gets in on goal. Druitt's going to have to take care of it, set it up behind his net for one of the defensemen. Quarterbacking this power play, they bring it out. Tipped in, off the stick, Chase Weirden. Aim against Nick Peters. Peters gets it out into Alex Siegfried. Now a chance, a turnover right in front, poked away. And now again, Charlotte sticking with it, a shot. That one stopped by Kyle Gradsky. Again, the dangerous defensive zone plays. The Gamecocks not playing the percentages. They almost gave Andrew Miller a chance for goal number 28 on the season. Again, as we said, these Charlotte 49ers broke 16 records, both school and league last year when they won the championship. A shot right off the face-off here by Andrew Miller. We'll get back to that in a second. Hoey shovels it around the boards. It goes down all the way past Patrick Salfia. And they'll have to regroup again. 10:55 to go here in period number 1. A 1-1 hockey game, and Nick Pizzo in the box for interference right now. That puck tipped in on goal. What's Gradsky going to do? He just guides it into the corner there. Centracchio loses the battle. Charlotte's going to win it. They'll throw it in from the far side boards. Kicked out awkwardly. The rebound comes back out to Charlotte now. Center point they control. Looking back now. Down low to Andrew Miller. Miller surveys the lay of the land. Goes back out to the point. Far side now. A long shot tipped in front. Stopped there by Kyle Gradsky. The rebound goes into the corner. Back again. They regroup. Miller taken down there by Evan Hoey. A chance in front. Broken up there by one of the Gamecock penalty kills. And wristed all the way down the ice past the stick of Matt Shriver. And thankfully, the Gamecocks will change. Just under 30 seconds to go here on the power play for Charlotte. They've got a couple of chances set up. Nothing doing so far, though. Kyle Gradsky's been stellar. Breakout unsuccessful there. Evan Hoey slaps that puck back in. He'll head to the bench, get a change. New defensive unit on for South Carolina, as Charlotte's going to wind it up a lot of time and space. Nice play there by Ben Smith to break up the pass, but they've got a man headed towards the net. Back off the boards, Jeremy Morano. He'll send it in down low. Morano in to get it. He's shadowed by Ian Powderly. Morano's got it down low. 2 men below the goal line for Charlotte. Morano, now a centering chance. Shot, couldn't tell if that was on net or in the corner. Well, I know it was in the corner. I couldn't tell if it was intended for the net, though. Behind the goal, Charlotte still with it. Penalty over. Nick Pizzo out of the box. Gamecocks will look to get their penalty killers off the ice as one of the 49ers goes down. Nick Pizzo chips it off the boards. He's going to have a chance here. Nick Pizzo, maybe a 2-on-1. Excuse me, Ian Powderly on the backhand. Takes it in. He's stopped there by Druitt. Some more after the whistle. A chance for Ian Powderly. My apologies. Nick Pizzo back out of the box, and he looks like he went to the bench. Another face-off here in the offensive zone for South Carolina. Be interested to see who Alan Surwa brings out for this face-off.
Big penalty kill by South Carolina here on, like we said, an elite power play for UNC-Charlotte. About 3 or 4 chances on net for Charlotte, but nothing in the score column.
Yeah, when you see a guy that scored 27 goals in 16 games, you got to think that at least some of them came on the power play. An offensive chance here for South Carolina. Redirected into the back of the net. They score. The Gamecocks take a 2-1 lead.
That's good offensive positioning, being at the net, ready for the rebound, deflected in, and a big goal to take the lead here.
A fluke play. I couldn't tell who put it in for South Carolina. Judging by the celebration from Ian Powderly, it may have been him. Either way, 2-1 South Carolina, and that's just the way the game goes sometimes. You kill off a big penalty, momentum swings in your favor, and all of a sudden, puck's in the opponent's net. Not the ideal start for either goaltender here. But Corey Hawkinson loses the face-off. Ian Powderly, that's going to be his 6th goal of the season if he is, in fact, credited with it. Along the near side, though. Ronan Egan tries to keep it in. They can't do it. Blake Drummond, and now to his defensive partner, Dominic Centracchio, into the bench. Yeah, Coastal Carolina head coach having to duck there. Tobin Trouts is the head coach of the visiting Charlotte 49ers. I think I did it. I think I just called him Coastal Carolina. I said before, I knew I'd do it at some point. The visiting Charlotte 49ers head coach, Tobin Trouts. This is his second year with the program. His first season was last year, as we said, taking them to a championship. Spent some time with the University of Maine up in the Division I of the NCAA. But now he finds himself in Charlotte. And meanwhile, Blake Drummond plays it off the boards. Nobody can come with it until now. Backhanded away, Matt Owen. And after it, unsuccessful there. Charlotte's going to bring it back in. One man on three. Now joining the play, a shot blocked there. Beautiful play by Dominic. Beautiful play by Dominic Centracchio to block that shot. Now a shot stopped by Kyle Gradsky. Long range shot tipped in front. Gradsky never saw it until it was right on top of him. They'll battle behind the goal. That face-off, that battle won there by Dominic Centracchio. Moving back out towards center ice. Niners will regroup. D-to-D pass. They'll throw it back in. Centracchio has it again. 8 to go here. A 2-1 hockey game. That goal recently put up by Ian Powderly. Behind his own net, Philip Warner. Back in. And we'll have to try again off the high glass. Gamecocks unable to keep it in. Have to touch up on the offsides. They couldn't do it. Looked like Colin Anderson got the touch on that one.
7:43.
Face-off blown down. Play blown down. We'll have a face-off here right outside the zone with, as they said, 7:43 to go here in period number 1. Colin Anderson, native of Rumson, New Jersey, still looking for his first goal of the season. We think all the stats that we have are as up-to-date as they can be. Unfortunately, they exclude the 2 games that South Carolina played down in Florida. Both games were won as that shot blocked by Ben Smith. He took that in an area you don't want to take a puck in. Back in, the Gamecocks on the forecheck. To be Smith in front, a shot almost goes in and just popping wide of the goal. Ben Smith, a big chance there. If you want a guy that'll create chances, you go right to Ben Smith. Dominic Centracchio, centering pass, goes off the stick of Smith. That pass in the friendly territory of Charlotte. They're bringing ahead. Bumped off the puck now. Now a long shot again off the outside of the cage, just past the stick of Kyle Gradsky. Near side, 2 Gamecocks and 2 Niners battle for it. Puck comes right around in front. The Gamecocks won that battle, though. Ben Smith having some trouble handling it. He shoots it all the way out, all the way down. And again, another icing. Unless Nick Pizzo can get to it, he cannot. We'll have an icing there. And Jeremy Morano, Connor Williams trying to get things headed in the 49ers direction. Saw a lot of battles, a lot of board play coming into play here. 49ers equal to the task, but Gamecocks able to take the heat off, take the pressure out by getting that icing call there.
Been to Toronto also with a couple chances for the 49ers. Couldn't come up in that situation.
Ben Smith elects not to take the face-off. It's going to be Evan Hoey. Court Hawkinson in his place. That would make sense for Evan Hoey to take the face-off. Ben Smith shovels it off the boards. Hawkinson streaking ahead to get it. He's not going to get it, though. Beaten to the puck by Justin Garasimo. Garasimo's pass all the way up off the boards. It comes down to the center. Driscoll knocked down as looks like Cam Maka a little bit roughed up on the play. He's going to stay on the ice here. Cam Maka on the near side. Nick Peters shoves it around to Duncan Hickman. Hickman eyes Maka. Maka tries to make a play there. He's hit again by Garasimo. Puck goes all the way back down into Charlotte territory. One-on-one they go. Colin Anderson looking to get after the puck. He does, but Charlotte gets after it right back. Again in the neutral zone. Gamecocks looking to regroup. Maka with some nice edge work there. Little dipsy doodle at center ice. Maka's got it along the far side now. He tries to skate around another 49er. Gets the puck around. Van Duzen. And his centering chance there off the stick of Jake Tenji. Couldn't get it on goal. Peters a long shot. Tipped in front. Gamecocks doing a great job getting pucks on net. Jake Tenji looking for the tip and a redirect that would have been similar to the Ian Powderly goal. But unfortunately for him, the puck ends up in the netting. 5:56 to go here in period number 1. We got another face-off, another break here for these probably not tired yet, but winded Gamecocks.
You might have heard some oohs and ahs from the crowd out there. Cameron Maka definitely showing off his stick work. Great spin move there at center ice.
And when you score as many goals as Cam Maka does, you got to think it adds a decent amount of confidence to your game, and I think we saw some of that confidence there. Meanwhile, a scrum in behind Druitt. Gamecocks can't get it on the wraparound. Somebody sent down to the ice emphatically, collecting himself now and bringing it back the other way. Charlotte looking to dangle around a defenseman. They do for only a second into the corner. Max MacArthur. He's still on it. MacArthur bumped off. Gamecocks look to pressure now, and again, just thrown down the ice. Alex Siegfried after. It won't be an icing. 49ers will just wrap it around. Back pass off the boards. Colin Anderson's got it now. Right wing shot. Right on. Save made there by Druitt. And he's going to whack that puck into friendly possession. The Niners bring it out of their zone once more. Held in there by Matt Owen. Back in, and again, Philip Warner to get it for the 49ers. Warner bringing it ahead. Gains the red line, throws it in behind Kyle Gratzky. 4:52 to go. Puck drifts right in on Gratzky. He almost coughed that puck up to a very, very dangerous Jeremy Morano. But Gratzky able to smother it for the faceoff here. 4:49 to go. Morano wearing the A tonight, as he does every night for the visiting 49ers. 5 goals and 10 assists for 15 points on the campaign for Morano. Fawcett going to take this face-off. In behind Blake Drummond, and Fawcett will spar for it. Nick Peters getting into the mix and coming away with the puck, although swatted away by Blake Drummond. Michael Ray. Back ahead now, Dave Murray playing center on the 4th line tonight. Murray with Pizzo and Ben Smith. Murray can't hold that puck in. He'll have to regroup. He runs into one of his teammates. And now Gamecocks having to touch up, but Smith's got the puck. Moves it to Pizzo. Comes back to Dave Murray. Murray makes a move to the outside. Murray curl and drag. Can't get it to the net. Ben Smith will have to take over from behind the goal. Murray still with it. A nice move there by Dave Murray. Brings it to the outside and he loses it. Charlotte's going to bring it back the other way. Fans not happy with Murray's play right there. They're going to let him hear it. Into the boards behind Kyle Gratzky. The Gamecocks pick it up. Just over 4 minutes to go here in period number 1. Skating to the outside. Nick Peters takes a little knee-on-knee contact. Charlotte a shot. Stick save by Kyle Gratzky. A grade A opportunity coming off the slapper from Matthew Fawcett. Bit of an awkward-looking save. Gratzky off his stick and up into the armpit area. He's able to smother it for a face-off.
We've seen some defensive lapses from the Gamecocks here early on, but that's been countered by some moments of offensive brilliance with the goals. If they want to win this game, they've got to keep up they have to step up their defense, especially with someone as elite as Andrew Miller on the ice.
Difficult to find the consistency that they always seek without some key players in the lineup. And again, when you're playing a championship caliber team here in the 49ers. Patrick Salfia for the Niners can't hold it in. Goes up to Terada. Terada going to hold it in now, moves it now. Williams, almost a chance outside. Big hit there. Williams looked like he caught the worst of it though. Centering pass on the backhand. Can't quite get it on net. Comes back again. Charlotte with control. Gamecocks collapse down low. Centering pass. Beautiful chance there. Bennett Terada kind of stonehand that puck on the backhand. 4 goals, 6 assists for 10 points on the season. But he is denied that 5th goal. A grade A opportunity there for Charlotte.
Beautiful pass to the slot right there. And that backhand just couldn't go. Lost it on the touch of the stick, and good save.
Case of some missed assignments here for the Gamecock defenders. Meanwhile, Ian Powderly's going to try to chip it around his defender. Can't quite do that. Now he gets a handle on it. Now he gets a stick lift. Powderly's still on it, though. Powderly into the slot. Tries to make a move to the outside, and a nice save there by Druitt. Druitt flashing out that right pad to kick out the Ian Powderly chance. Powderly looking to notch his 2nd tally of the evening. Duncan Hickman gains the red line, throws it back in, right past Harrison Druitt. And for the 49ers, Terada chipping it ahead, and now it's going to be a chance back the other way. Greg Driscoll, first line center of Charlotte. That play broken up. Now Corey Hawkins is going to ladle that one back into the far side. Powderly couldn't get it. The Niners come up with it. They'll break that one out. Nice stretch pass there. They got a 3-on-1, 2-on-1 now. A chance, centering pass. They score! Beautiful saucer pass on the backhand. That puck slammed home on the forehand here. It is a 2-1 hockey game. Try to see the goal scorer here. And Matt Shriver.
Yeah, very similar goal for UNC-Charlotte that the Gamecocks just scored on the fast break. Good passing and good execution.
Neutral zone breakdown there for South Carolina. And they pay for it in the name of a 2-on-1 and a goal against.
All even again.
Surwatt taps his first liners to come out and take the face-off after the goal against. Weirden tries to stick handle around captain Jake Tenji. Tenji able to get it ahead as far as the neutral zone, but the Niners shut it down and throw it back in. Icing will be called as soon as Nick Peters touches that puck, and he does. 2:21 to go here, period number 1. Recently, the game just tied by Matt Shriver. Unless we hear otherwise. Again, difficult to see who's who out here sometimes. Offensive zone face-off here for South Carolina. No line changes made in that short interchange after the center ice draw. I'd love to see the face-off stats. A shot right off the draw. Dake Tenji. Beautiful chance. Druid able to kick that one out again with that right pad. In behind the goal. Niners control. They'll throw it up to the near side wall. Picked up by Chase Weirden. Captain of Charlotte. We got some collisions along the near side. Gamecock still going after it. That puck comes all the way back down. Nick Peters going to throw that one off the near side boards. Not into Charlotte territory. Quite the opposite. Weirden brings it outside. Takes a hit from Nick Peters. Stick handles that one around Jake Tenji. Now it comes into the safety. Tenji behind the goal. Going to lift this one on the backhand out all the way as far as the red line. And Charlotte saying no way. Back in, they got to regroup one more time. Duncan Hickman going to pick it up. Hickman with 1.5 minutes to go here in the first. Hickman, a nice stretch pass. Bobby Van Duzen's got it. He's got Owen breaking the net. Van Duzen a shot. He scores! Van Duzen with a wrister. Gamecocks ahead 3-2.
That was a beautiful stretch pass to set that up by Hickman. All the way across the ice, perfectly placed, and it set up for a beautiful left blocker goal.
Seeing the hockey IQ there at Duncan Hickman. He sees the open lane, he finds it, and he puts a beautiful feed on Van Duzen's tape. Van Duzen had options there. He had Owen cutting towards the goal, and Van Duzen elects to shoot. And you can never go wrong when you get a puck on the net. A beautiful shot there by Van Duzen, low to the stick side. Couldn't tell if it was on the ice or not. By the way, Gamecocks ahead 3-2. 49ers not going away that easily, though. They'll shoot when it skips into the corner. Collision on the near side boards. Colin Anderson getting into it. Back out the point now. Low. A shot there. Just past the goal. Loveless with the pull for Charlotte. Evan Hoey behind the goal now for South Carolina. Final 60 of the period here. 3-2 thanks to the goal by Bobby Van Duzen. Defensive zone turnover. Those are killing the Gamecocks here in tonight's hockey game. Hoey loses a stick. He regains it. He also lost the puck. Hoey down to the ice now. Chance in front for Charlotte. Hoey still can't find his stick. Hoey plays it from the seat of his pants. Now ahead. Hoey's going to get it one more time. Rims it off the glass. Kept in by Loveless. Loveless shovels it in on the backhand. Nice little one-time pass. Denied, rejected off the glass, and now ahead. Colin Anderson makes a nice move. Almost, but he's shut down there by Loveless. MacArthur, as Morano brings it ahead. Morano going to drop it from MacArthur. MacArthur shoots one. Blocked by the legs of Evan Hoey. Again, tired Gamecocks out here. Kyle Gradsky sticks it into the corner. Charlotte looking to get a late period goal here to knot it up headed into the intermission. Colin Anderson bats that one down with the glove. Sends it back. MacArthur has it as far as center ice. He'll bring it in. Chopped off his stick by Ian Powderly. MacArthur sends it all the way around the goal. Final 10 to go here in period number 1. Back down low. UNC's got it. Niners move it back out to the point. Loveless a long shot. Tipped in front. Wouldn't get to the goal, though. Backhanded into the corner there. And an elbow to the head results in nothing. Clock hits zeros, and that'll do it for the first period here in Irmo. We will step aside here for a few seconds. All right, welcome back to the Capital City Sports Network Intermission Report. Dillon Clark with Zach McKinstry here. Some talking points after the first period. Shots 13-9 in favor of South Carolina after the first 20 minutes of play, and encouraging going forward means Gamecocks get a lot of rubber to Druid's net.
Yep, a lot of offense on both sides. If they keep pushing this young goalie for UNC-Charlotte, I think more goals to come.
Absolutely. The smart play not often being made here by South Carolina. We saw it on the first goal for Charlotte, the giveaway by Centracchio. Mental errors early on costing them, but the Gamecocks able to pull away. They're 3-2 right now heading into this intermission report, but for the remainder of the game, the smart play is always key.
Absolutely. A couple defensive lapses, as we were talking about earlier. The pass right to the slot for UNC-Charlotte, and then on the other end for UNC-Charlotte, they've had some defensive lapses as well. So this game needs more defense because it's got a lot of offense coming.
The smart play is usually the right play. And one of the other more interesting stats we found after the first stanza here, 4 out of the 5 goals scored so far in tonight's contest came on the rush. Talk about the Gamecocks forechecking aggressively, as well as the 49ers. Both aggressive forechecks usually can lead to odd man rushes in the opposite direction.
Yep, a lot of aggressiveness in the offensive zone for both teams. They're both trying to make a play for their teams, but it opens up a lot of holes in the back and can lead to those odd man rushes that we've seen goals from this period.
Both teams trying to play the speed game here tonight. We're going to see who's better at it in the second period. When we come back, we will have the puck drop for the second period here between the Charlotte 49ers and your South Carolina Gamecocks when we return on the Capital City Sports Network presented by SGTV. Welcome back to the Capital City Sports Network here on SGTV. Just about underway with the second period. Head official making sure both goaltenders are ready to go, and we are almost down. Giving some extra instruction there to Andrew Miller. Miller is still not one of the goal scorers yet for UNC-Charlotte, but still a lot of time for that to change. Gamecocks try to poke it ahead. Miller picks it up at center. Winds one all the way out into the far side corner. Back to get it, Nick Peters. Peters and Van Duzen can't team up to get that puck. Bounces in behind Kyle Gratzky. The Gamecocks have to come up with there. Turned over the blue line, though. Tipped on the way to the net. Almost a chance there. Chase Weirden. Can't quite get it. Gamecocks try to spear that puck out and ahead towards center ice. Picked up. Beautiful reception. That pass by Cam Maka. Maka avoids a hit. A chance in the slot. Oh, and a loose net. Tumbling into the boards is Bobby Van Duzen. Huge chance there for the Gamecocks. Hickman shoots that one. It goes off an injured Gamecock. Trying to get to the puck is Van Duzen. He's trying to get to the net. Oh, it's Jake Tenji. My apologies. Jake Tenji doing everything he can to get back to the bench. Now a face-off will come. The officials have blown this play down. Just 50 seconds. I guess Tenji was struggling a little too much to get to the bench. The officials felt they needed to blow the play down.
Yeah, wonderful pass there by Tenji, I believe it was, and he went tumbling into the boards pretty heavy. Left it right in the slot for an open net, but nobody was home. Good start for this Gamecocks offense, and now it looks like they'll be on the penalty.
Yeah, Corey Hawkinson in the box. Couldn't see quite what the official had signaled. Hawkinson in the box for a minor. It looks like it's going to be something that occurred after the Tenji hit. Tenji on the bench still. Looks like he's trying to shake it off. Gamecocks try to bring it ahead shorthanded. Ronan Egan's going to get one hand on the stick. One of the Niners goes down to the ice. Druitt's going to wrist that one off the glass and leave it for one of his fellow power play men, Broski, the defenseman down the right side. Broski looks for options. He sends it in behind the goal. They'll pick it up there. Drop it off for one of the teammates. Near side boards, they've got it. Niners looking for options here on the power play. Oh, couldn't be held in there. Broski, a bit of the hiccup at the blue line. They'll have to try again. Again, this pass couldn't be handled solidly. Justin Garasimo. He's got it again. Garasimo, and up ahead, Ronan Egan trying to get in on the penalty kill. Duncan Hickman makes a bad pinch, shoots one, and oh, big chance there by Broski. Off the Hickman chance, and now a chance shorthanded. The Gamecocks bring it ahead, flipped off the skates. Trying to get out of the way of the pass, some communications there. Not quite 100% between Ronan Egan and Duncan Hickman. How crazy would that be to see Duncan Hickman on a shorthanded breakaway? Almost. 50 seconds to go on the penalty to Corey Hawkinson. Both the Gamecocks and the 49ers will get line changes. Gamecocks get a complete unit change. The Niners will change their forwards and now their defensemen. That puck comes along. A centering pass would not go there. Right off the stick of Max MacArthur. Now to the point. A shot blockered away. Nice punch into the corner there by Kyle Gratzky. Behind the goal. Charlotte tries to center that pass there. Gamecock get to it. Couldn't be held in by the Niners again. They'll have to dump it back in, go back to center ice. They got a full-on line change now. It's Blake Drummond on the penalty kill for South Carolina. He risked that one ahead. Redirected in. Some nice stick work there by Matt Owen. Left by Druitt. Picked up along the far side, thinking better of it, Justin Garasimo. Pass there up to the near side. Far side now off a skate, and the 49ers offsides. They'll have to regroup again. Gamecocks with another chance. Wristing that one ahead. Out of the box is Corey Hawkinson. And this play will go down as an icing again.
Another big penalty kill for the South Carolina defense.
2 for 2 so far on the night. They've done a pretty decent job of staying out of the box. But again, as you jinxed it in the first period, I feel like I just jinxed it here in the second. We'll see.
We'll cross our fingers here, Dillon.
A lot of lucky and unlucky things happen here in this building. Jake Tenji still on the bench. Haven't seen him on the ice quite yet after that collision. Centracchio wraps it around the boards, held in there, but not entirely. Matt Shriver bobbled it, and it comes back out. Niners will have to regroup. Drummond, rotating 7th defenseman, throws it back in. Niners regroup in their own zone this time with 16:45 to go here in period number 2. Brought ahead, backhanded Patrick Salfia. Ends up into the Carolina zone. Drummond having some trouble there by himself. He's got 2 Niners to contend with there. Back out to the point now. Kicked off one of the skates. Niners having a chance at the slide. Big save there by Gratzky. They get their own rebound though. 49ers spinning it in behind the goal now. Centracchio hard on the puck. Back out to the point, a shot. Off one of the shins in front. Van Duzen's got it now for South Carolina. Van Duzen, the victim of a hit, though. Loses the puck now. Gamecock still can't quite come up with it. Now wristed as far ahead as center. Cam Maka tries to break free. Jake Tenji back out on the ice for the Gamecocks. He's got the puck. Tries to keep from an offsides. Nothing doing there. Cam Maka too far in the zone to come back and touch up in time. We'll have a face-off right outside of the 49ers zone with 16:03 to go here in period number 2. Face-off will be prime real estate here, right in front of the cameras. If you win one face-off tonight as Dave Murray, you want it to be the one right in front of the cameras. And he does, kind of. Bit of a toss-up there. Murray's got it, though, right off the face-off. Brings it in. Brought ahead to Harda. Forced Charlotte, can't handle that one. Now it's brought now Ben Smith. He'll joust for it, and Smith tumbles down to the ice. He can't get the puck, though. Pad save there by Gratzky. Rebound control, a struggle of his so far tonight. Gratzky came a lot of pucks back out into high scoring chance real estate. The Gamecocks bring it ahead, though. Stretch pass. Hollering for that puck was Nick Pizzo. He gets it, but he can't handle it. Pizzo wants it still. Off the boards. Tarada's going to let it go. Brought ahead now. Wristed back in. Philip Warner. Warner's pass goes in ahead. Ooh, Avery Pruden goes in hard there in the corner boards. Back out to the point now for Charlotte. That shot loose in front after the save by Kyle Gratzky. No one really went after that puck, though. No one in the Gamecock sweater anyway. Below the goal line now. 2 players connect. Just missing the official with that puck. Comes all the way back in. That far side, excuse me, the near side corner, a bit difficult for us to see up here. And Gamecocks have it below the goal line, and they'll put it back into that corner that it's hard to see in. Thanks for that, boys. Back again now. Far side corner. That's much better. Niners have it. Chipped off the boards. All 10 skaters tired now as one of the Niners goes down. And the official's got his arm up on that play. It's going to be a penalty here against South Carolina. A tripping call. And some of the players out there feel that call might have been milked a little bit. Certainly not the Niners player that went down. They'll go back to the power play. Their third opportunity of the night. Nick Pizzo is going to go sit for his second stint of 2 minutes here in this game. Another chance for the Gamecocks to kill a big penalty.
We have seen some mistakes on the UNCC power play so far today. A lot of chances, but none have capitalized. 0 for 2 on the power play so far.
And the Capital City Sports Network broadcast, the jinx train rolls on here. Anything we say, the opposite happens. Face-off one here. The offensive zone power play face-off won by Charlotte. Always important if you can get that first face-off. They'll control back at the point. Shriver dishes it down low a little bit more. Cutting in below the goal line now. Turning back around, Ryan Smith. Back out to Shriver. Shriver doesn't like what he sees, so just shoots one. Now on the far side, Miller's shot stopped by Gratzky. Miller been a little quieter here tonight than we would have thought. On that pass, the D-to-D pass from Matt Shriver all the way over to Patrick Salfia would not go. Gamecocks have a chance here shorthanded. Carolina brings it in. Almost there. He had heart. Colin Anderson wanted it. Back the other way come the 49ers. To the backhand now. Wide base there. Tries to stuff it in, and Gratzky makes the save. Duncan Hickman whacks that puck out. He tries to get it out as far as the blue line. He can't do it. Niners regroup here on the power play. They've got it down low. Tries to span off and check. He shoots. He scores! Oh, what a shot by... Wow. What a shot by Andrew Miller. Goes upstairs over the blocker of Kyle Gratzky. We got a 3-3 hockey game. It's a power play goal.
He's been quiet so far tonight, and wow, what a shot. Knocked the drink out of the goal. We love to see those, but absolute rocket from Andrew Miller just to pad his goal stats so far this year.
That's number 28 on the year. Taking a page out of Jack Eichel's book there. You see him the way he powers off the goal line there and puts one upstairs. He even wears number 9 like Jack Eichel of Buffalo. All the way up in the NHL, though. Miller backhands one ahead. Got to think Miller's just getting warmed up now. He throws it over to his line mate, Chase Weirden. Don't know the exact stat on it, but the Miller goal coming mere seconds after I said Miller's been a little quiet tonight.
A little bit of black magic in the booth here, Dillon.
A little bit of black magic here, yeah. I won't make any more conjectures here. Powderly's chance, tried to stick handle through a couple of Niners. Can't get it through. In the skates now, one of the Gamecock defenders. They'll throw it back in. They touch up. They'll go right back in after it. 13-14 to go here in period number 2. Recently tying it was Andrew Miller of the Charlotte 49ers. Long-range shot. Chance in front. They whiffed on it. Beautiful golden opportunity there for Ronan Egan. That puck pucked up in the air. Now it's Powderly again. He's with Egan. Powderly down the near side, shoots one, save made there by Druitt. Powderly went to go between the wickets, but Druitt slammed the door on him. He got those pads down, got the stick in the way. A textbook stick save there by Harrison Druitt.
Another odd man rush, 2-on-1 break. Good defense by UNC-Charlotte to keep that pass from connecting, forcing the shot, and a good save on the other end by Druitt.
Yeah, I said that was a textbook save, a textbook 2-on-1 play there by the defenseman for UNC-Charlotte. You take away the pass, your goaltender can make the save. Ben Smith in at it. They'll poke it down low. Dave Murray tries to center for Smith, can't get it to Pizzo either. Smith tumbles down right in front of the goal. A big hit there up high by Avery Pruden. Back ahead come the Niners, tumbling down one of the Gamecock defenders. A chance in front, shoots one just wide. Great A opportunity there by Zach Broski. Broski, the defender, coming ahead, and now more hits. Gerasimo doesn't know where the puck is. He knows where Dave Murray is, though, and he hits Murray. Broski's got the puck now for Charlotte. Broski, an offensive chance at one end, a stellar defensive play at the other. Nick Pizzo tries to kick that puck ahead, nothing doing there. Comes loose along the wall. Powered back in by Pruden, couldn't go all the way, though. Dave Murray's going to have to control it. He's going to have to fill in for Pruden in that far side defensive lane. Dave Murray pressured by two Niners. They come down low, and Dave Murray's dumped on his face. Stretch pass connects nicely there with Ben Smith.
There's a penalty on the other end.
Delayed penalty. Gamecocks to the advantage. A shot by Pizzo goes just wide after it's stopped. Centracchio moves it to Pizzo now. Below the goal line, Smith. Smith tries to center pass a puck all the way up in the air. It's going to be touched here. Bit of a premature whistle there. The official blows it down. Going to be a penalty against the Niners. Morano. And a boarding call. Morano's going to go to the box. 2 minutes. We'll wait to see for sure. But it's looking like Morano's going to go sit for a pair on a boarding minor.
We saw Dave Murray get hit a lot on that shift, and that last one up against the boards is what caused that penalty. Went down pretty heavy, and arm went up immediately by the official.
I'm sorry. Hitting from behind is going to be the official call. 2 minutes for hitting from behind. Not boarding, although they are similar. And the Gamecocks go to their first power play of the night.
Absolutely.
Their first power play of the night. Cam Maka is going to take the face off. Powderly brings it out. Nick Peters all the way over. Hickman. Long shot, tipped in front, almost got to the goal there. Cam Maka in to get it for South Carolina. Mecca pressured by not only one of the Niners, but the ref as well. Nick Peters has it now. Near side point, moves it down low. Ian Powderly. Powderly, below the face-off dot, throws it back around. One of the Gamecocks goes down in front of the net. Hickman guides it back in front for Mecca. Mecca bumped off the puck, tries to get in front for Powderly, though, and that one taken away. And the Niners look like they're going to bring it ahead. 3-on-2 shorthanded. They'll risk that one long on goal. Hits the boards behind Gratzky. Another chance they'll swat that one wide. They've kind of started the Gamecocks' own rush here on the power play. Brought ahead now by Cam Maka. Nice touch pass there by Powderly. The bump out along the near sideboards. Brought ahead, a nice hit there. Gamecocks can't hold it in. Ray's going to bring it back for the Niners. Ray, a 2-on-1, now a 2-on-2. Brings it out wide, shoots one. Gratzky makes the save. He's going to hang on to that one. And the Gamecocks holding their breath on the bench there for a little bit. Looks like it's going to be a big shorthanded opportunity for Ray. And Gratzky slams the door shut.
A couple of shorthanded chances for UNCC. South Carolina needs to keep the puck in the offensive zone and try to get more shots off on this power play.
Some solid cycling so far in the power play. I gotta like the way Mecca Van Duzen working with Powderly on the power play. Although Powderly and Mecca headed off to the bench, look at the second unit on now. Sirwa has been, head coach Sirwa, I should say, he's been shuffling the power play unit a little bit. So not a set unit here. You see who the second one is. Off a glove of one of the 49ers. Picked up at center ice, though. The Gamecocks moving back ahead. It's going to be Dave Murray. He'll drop it back for Ben Smith. Smith a long shot, tipped in front. Oh, and a big glove save. That puck right along the ice. Bit of an unorthodox glove grab there by the goaltender Harrison Druitt.
That puck bounced about 3 different ways before landing in Druitt's glove. Good job of keeping composure and falling on that puck.
You have to excuse me here. A lot of goaltenders here on the roster for UNC-Charlotte. Daniel Ritter graduated in December. And that is one of the reasons that that Druitt was picked up here to fill the void. In their own zone, 46 to go on the power play. Murray's going to bring it ahead. He's quarterback in this thing. Dave Murray ahead. Gamecocks on side. Murray peels back, pressured by two 49ers. Murray tries to get it away, and he can't get it. Nice stick left there by Murray. He's hard on the puck. He's still got it. Murray chips it ahead. Just past the stick of Avery Pruden. Pruden at the point. Shoots one down low for Ben Smith. An open net awaited him, and he couldn't get the shot off. A chance from a bad angle as Corey Hawkinson goes in after it. Hawkinson and Powderly here. Powderly pulling double duty on both power play units. A stickless 49er is somehow keeping the puck away from two Gamecocks. Pinching down low. They get it past the Gamecock defender. Poorly executed pinch there. Alan Surwa is beside himself on the bench. As we see the power play tick down to the final 2 seconds, it expires. Niners are back at even strength here. They'll try to build off the energy of a killed penalty. Gamecocks look tired and a little bit uninspired here. Corey Hawkinson brings it ahead. Try to get the fire going underneath his teammates. And icing, not exactly the way you want to do that, but with 9:30 to go here in the second period, it's a chance for a face-off win in the defensive zone here for South Carolina.
You can tell there were some tired legs at the end of that power play. Couldn't capitalize on some opportunities there. And now UNC-Charlotte will have face-off in their offensive zone.
Silver lining, we see, though, Jake Tenji back in play. He's not on the ice right now, but always good when your captain is healthy. We're a bit concerned after he went hard into the boards. Now a chance in front, broken up nicely there by Corey Hawkinson. The Gamecocks try to shovel it out on the backhand and won't go. Back out as far as the Gamecock bench and regrouping in his own zone. Turned over, kicked into the zone by Duncan Hickman. That play whistled down offsides as it looked like maybe Ben Smith wasn't back over the blue line in time.
Not too much action going on here recently in the last couple of minutes. Momentum really hasn't picked a side yet this period. Definitely could play a big factor here in the next 9.
Along the center ice stripe, the Gamecocks rip that one back in. Druitt plays it down below his own goal line for his defenseman. He'll bring it ahead. Chase there. Nick Peters shoots one stick nicely with authority into the corner by Harrison Druitt. Always nice to see a solid stick save by a goaltender. Team president Duncan Hickman. It's good for us to mention. Hickman's got 2 assists so far on the night. He usually plays second pair defenseman. Obviously, just as important as any first pair defenseman, but he's moved up to the first pair here in the absence of Brian Soar. Tippmann, tipped in front by Hickman. Now the puck's still loose. It goes into the skates, into the pads of Druitt. What a crazy play. I meant to say the shot by Hickman. It was tipped in front. Came out Tippmann. Maybe we'll have to call Duncan Hickman. That'll be his new nickname.
It looks like that one hit the crossbar and bounced up a little bit.
Tipped by Colin Anderson in front, off the bar, in behind Druitt. He's thanking his friend in red behind him right now. Yeah, gives the goalpost a little tap there. Just after we say Duncan Hickman with 2 assists, almost gets a third. Better believe that Matt Owen's going to try to win it back for Duncan Hickman. They win it back. Nick Peters, a long shot up over the head, over the blocker of Harrison Druitt. In offensive territory, Colin Anderson after for South Carolina, wearing number 19. Down low, Matt Owen takes a hard check there from behind. Siegfried. All 3 Gamecock forwards below the goal line there, and none of them seemed to really realize it until they had the puck. Almost batted out of the air by Ray. Ray, pressured by South Carolina to get it as far as center ice and chipped right back in again. Nick Peters brings it ahead, throws it up, and picked up by Matt Owen. Owen's got a chance here down the far side. Shoots one, stick save there by Druitt. He comes back into the corner. Harrison Druitt, stellar here in the second period. 8:07 to go in it. A 3-3 hockey game. The Gamecocks won't take that opportunity to up the ante. And Charlotte's going to bring it back ahead of 3-on-2. They'll just dump it in. Their defensemen will head for a line change. The forwards will get on after the puck. Gamecocks looking to make a zone exit here. They've got it. Cross-ice pass, popped up in the slot. Cam Minka's got it now. Nick Peters pinching in as a defenseman. Brought up ahead now, a 2-on-1 developing here for Charlotte. Shot, he scores, yes! Couldn't tell if that puck hit the side of the net or went in. Philip Warner goes 5-hole on Gradsky. We talked about how there were so many rush goals, and the rush strikes again here. This time, the 49ers are on top. It's 4-3.
Yeah, I don't think Gradsky was expecting the shot right there. He thought it was going to come back across, and was caught napping as they go 5-hole there.
Didn't look like Gradsky quite had his feet set there. He'll try to mentally regroup as now the battle becomes uphill for South Carolina. They fall behind now 4-3. The goal for Philip Warner, his second of the season. It's always nice when you can double your goal total in one night, regardless of what the total may have been to start out. Gradsky just gonna fall on this puck. Bit of a interesting style of covering the puck there. Lost his skates out from under him. 7:33 to go here in period number 2. Another defensive zone face-off for the Gamecocks. Again, as I've said for about a year now, I wish we had face-off stats. I wish we had someone that could tell us all the face-off stats, because as the game goes on and you're now down by a goal, these defensive zone face-offs become ever more crucial. And the Gamecocks do a good job here getting it out ahead. streaking in Van Duzen. He's got Mecca in the center. Mecca almost a chance for the one-timer. He goes down to the one knee and he couldn't get a stick on the puck. More players collide in the 49ers zone. That's 2. Charlotte. UNC-Charlotte 49ers and the South Carolina Gamecocks tonight. Picked up in the neutral zone. Gamecocks trying to move it ahead. Hoey flips that one in. Looking for it in his feet there. One of the Niners defenders. Another collision at center ice, and surprise, surprise, Evan Hoey's involved in it. Backhanded in by Lovelace. Richard Lovelace, the defenseman for the Niners. 1 goal on the season. That is his lone point. In behind their own net, South Carolina controls. Pops out in front. Gamecocks have it yet again. They'll lift it art. And picked up. A nice saucer pass. Cam Mecca just lifts it back into the far side. There was 6.5 to go in period number 2. Mecca's going to head to the bench. Puck pinballs off a few skates, up off a few sticks. McCarty's going to dig at it with Drummond. McCarthy and Drummond. Ben Smith whacks that one free. It comes into the slot. Warner's going to have it. Warner plays it off the yellow dasher. Skips all the way out and ahead. Blake Drummond's got it. Drummond shovels it on the backhand. More reinforcements come from the bench for South Carolina. And the play blown down here. The official having some words for Alan Serwa and the Gamecock bench with 6:07 to go here in period 2. Yeah, I hate to say it, but I have no idea. Maybe it was a hand pass, maybe delayed offsides, but either way, we've got a face-off just outside the offensive zone for South Carolina. Oh, we got Jake Tenji coming off the ice here. Did he have his bottoms off?
I believe so.
Jake Tenji may be done for the night.
Unofficial report.
Unofficial report, Jake Tenji may be done for the night. Tried a few shifts early on. But we'll stick with that story as the period develops and in the intermission as well. Got a chance now here from center ice, falling down a little bit. A chance for the Niners. Shoots one just past the glove of Gratzky. Looks like Connor Williams was going to have a chance to make it 5-3. They battle for it on the near side boards in front of some Gamecock fans. Picking it up are the 49ers. Skating to the backhand now. Centering pass. Whacked out of space there by one of the Gamecock defenders. A secondary chance pops all the way up into the rafters here at the Plex. And we know for sure that'll be the reason why the play is blown dead with 5:32 left here in period number 2.
Not a lot of chances recently for South Carolina on the offensive side. We saw a centering pass that couldn't connect, very close, but once again couldn't connect and couldn't score. South Carolina needs to get something going, down 4-3 here with 5 minutes to go.
Again, an uphill battle as the adversity grows more and more now without our captain, Jake Tenji. That shot went just wide. Ian Powderly can't get after it. He'll come back down below. And a chance in front, broken up only momentarily, though. The Niners get another secondary opportunity. Powderly can't get it out of the zone. Powderly with a little bit of a joust there on Matt Shriver. Underneath again. Andrew Miller's got it. Miller only holding the puck briefly. They'll work it back out to the point again. Sophia shot tipped in front and they score! Beautiful deflection right in front of the net. Chase Weirden, the captain of the 49ers. A deflection in behind Kyle Gratzky. 5-3 the score now with just over 5 minutes to go in period number 2.
That was great offensive positioning. Good shot to the goal and a great deflection in. Tough angle.
Starting to see now the fatigue perhaps setting in for the Gamecocks. A short bench tonight, losing their captain now to injury. And the work there that Chase Weirden put in, paying off. He did a lot of work down low, and a shot there by Andrew Miller goes off one of the Gamecocks. They'll bring it back ahead. Mecca's got everybody draped all over him. Hauled down is Mecca. There'll be a holding penalty. That's the official call. 4:50 to go in the second period. The Gamecocks will go to a power play. Andrew Miller tries to argue his case, but to no avail. 3 49ers ended up tackling 1 Cam Mecca, and not usually a recipe for success. It's going to be Miller that heads off to the box. Yes, indeed, Andrew Miller in the penalty box now. 2-minute minor up on the boards for South Carolina. They go 0 for 1 on the power play so far. They'll have a chance to redeem themselves on the second here. They trail by 2. Colin Anderson back out to the far point now. Shot kicked out by a save. Oh, Druitt. Druitt almost had to make a second save there. The 49ers clear it out. Corey Hawkinson skates all the way back in. Turns away from a check there. One of the Niners goes down. Corey Hawkinson looks up, finds his man on the near side. Bringing it ahead, Nick Peters away from 249ers, gets it in behind the goal. Druitt's gonna swipe at it. Peters has it again, the more mobile defenseman out there for South Carolina. Peters falling down, but he got rid of the puck. Chance in front, shoots one upstairs. That one gloved and held by Druitt. Mecca gets shoved a little bit there by Broski after the whistle. The fans letting Broski hear it. Minute 28 to go here on the penalty. Andrew Miller called for roughing about 30 seconds ago. The Gamecocks having a couple of good looks here on the power play. Ben Smith goes in for the tie-up off the face-off. The Gamecocks come away with it. Again, point to point. Nick Peters inches down low, tipped in front. That one off the stick of Druitt again. Can't be held in by Corey Hawkinson, working the point now in absence of a second defenseman. 4 forwards and 1 defenseman on the power play here for the Gamecocks. Nick Peters being that lone defenseman. Ronan Egan, Ben Smith, and Ian Powderly, the other forwards. That shot off the outside of the cage by one Corey Hawkinson. Up into the net behind Druitt. We'll have another stoppage of play. Exactly 60 seconds to go here on the penalty to Andrew Miller.
Yeah, a lot more chances on this power play. If you can remember the last Gamecocks power play, a lot of shorthanded opportunities for UNC-Charlotte, and we haven't seen any of those on this one. More shots you put on net, the better. So if they keep this up, one will eventually go in.
Gamecocks looking more calm on the penalty, or excuse me, on the power play this time. And that puck goes up into the bench off the gloves of one of the Gamecock non-ice players at the moment, over the head of Alan Serwa. And depending on who that puck hit last, they're saying it went off one of the Gamecocks, so the puck's going to be dropped right outside the Niners zone. It pops up in the air off the draw. Ben Smith settles it down. He's got Ronan Egan on his left. Smith drops it off for Powderly. Powderly in the slot. He can't hang on to the puck. Beautiful play there. Fantastic work by Jeremy Morano. Morano gets it out. Back to get it now. South Carolina facing some shorthanded forechecking here by the Niners. Fanned on clearing attempt there. And couldn't tell exactly who made that play. Tyler Oakley now working the power play for South Carolina. They'll bring it in from center. 24 to go on the power play. Drops it off now. Shoots one, and a nice save there. Right into the 49ers logo of Harrison Druitt. That shot coming off the stick of Avery Pruden, defenseman for South Carolina. 2 assists on the season. He's still looking for his first goal. And it looks like he's going to have to wait a little bit longer here. 19 to go on the penalty. We've seen more and more power play men for South Carolina. New unit here. Matt Owen and Dave Murray. They try to win it back just past the stick of Duncan Hickman. Now Hickman's got to hustle here. Hickman being pressured heavily there by Greg Driscoll. They get it out. Off a stick. It's popping up in the air. Matt Owen still got a chance here. Matt Owen in after it. He's got one Gamecock towards the net. Owen looks towards the slot. Shoots one off a stick. Final 2 seconds, and Andrew Miller's out of the penalty box. Gamecocks go 0 for 2 on the power play tonight. That shot hit a ref. Dave Murray's got it. Hickman wants it on the near side. That one swatted at by Harrison Druitt. That puck will certainly be an offensive zone faceoff for South Carolina. Druitt just whacked that puck. He didn't even look at it. Harrison Druitt improving drastically here in the second period off his play in the first. Dave Murray's going to take this face off. It'll be won instead by Charlotte. Chance there for Andrew Miller. He couldn't settle that puck down. Turned back in. The Niners pick it up. On the near side boards, Miller moves it ahead for Driscoll. Driscoll shoots it in behind Duncan Hickman. And Hickman hard in after it. The official having to get out of the way again. Now a turnover in the defensive zone. A shot saved made by Gratzky. Rebound pops loose. Gratzky dives out to get it. And the whistle goes as Andrew Miller puts his hands up into the air as to say, you got to be kidding me. Kyle Gratzky makes the save, and we'll get a stoppage here. Just over 2 minutes to go in the second.
As we've mentioned before, Gratzky's having some trouble with the rebound, leaving it out and leaving more opportunities, but he's able to dive on that one there and keep the puck down.
Coming up here in the second intermission, I'll be down at ice level to talk to Ben Smith. That'll be shortly after the period ends. Now a chance in front, almost a big opportunity there. Connor Williams nearly making it 6, and now a delayed penalty. Charlotte on the delayed call, looking to make some things happen. And the official will hand out the bookings It actually looks like it's going to be Charlotte's going to go to the box. Bennett Terada, sporting number 77 tonight for the Niners. He's going to go sit for a pair. The Gamecocks will go back on the power play as soon as they get everyone back down into that end of the ice. Power play been a bit of a weak spot tonight for South Carolina. 0 for 2. They look to go 1 for 3 here on this one as they bring out the gunners. Ben Smith, Ian Powderly. On that far side, it's going to be, on the near side, Corey Hawkinson. Nick Peters on the back end. Ben Smith tries to win it forward. They bring it back now. Corey Hawkinson turns over his shoulder. Hawkinson looks towards center. He goes back down to the point now. Nick Peters shoots one. Tipped in front, off the stick of Ben Smith. Almost a chance there. Centracchio back down to Smith in the far side circle. Smith shoots one, goes off a skate. Nobody can get to it. Some hustle here by Centracchio. Centracchio's going to put it off the boards. Hawkinson's going to regroup at center. Tries to buy himself some time near his own blue line. Hawkinson brings it in, drops it off, gets it right back. Only briefly, though. Right up ahead, that high clearing attempt almost hit the rafters. Going to come in on Kyle Gradsky. He'll stick that in behind. Nick Peters going to pick it up. The Gamecocks will break it out from here. 1:24 to go in the period and on the power play. Game clock and penalty clock synced up perfectly here. Nick Peters tries to bring it in. He gets it below the goal line. A centering pass almost worked there, except no one was home to take it. Point pass now. Powderly gets it over. Centracchio tries to center for Powderly. It pops up off his stick. And now the Niners will get it out again. Schreiber gets it as far as Ray. He'll swat it off the boards. In behind Gradsky now. They'll wind it up one more time. Bringing it up ahead, away from the check of Andrew Miller. Dave Murray's got it. Murray loses the puck now. He's sticking on himself into submission. Clearing attempt goes off one of the 49ers. Goes back in, redirected. 2-on-1 short-handed here for the Niners. Got to be careful because one of them is Andrew Miller. Chance in front, almost on the stick of Andrew Miller. Again, the short-handed opportunities. 32 to go in the period. 32 to go on the power play. Gamecock sprint again. Oh, man, that puck up over the glass. You heard it. You heard it hit something or someone. Going to take a look here. Make sure everyone's okay. Yeah, they look like they're fine. They're making jokes about it. They're fine. Boy, that puck had some heat on it, too.
If you want one thing to quiet these fans, send one into the stands.
Ooh, a souvenir for someone. Maybe two. The puck certainly being one, a bruise possibly being the other. Alec Martone's going to take the face-off. He wins it against Weirden. Ronan Egan's going to double back. They'll try to get one here as the penalty and period wind to a close here. Pizzo can't get to the puck. Shovel down on the backhand. Swatted back down. Back in. The Gamecocks holding in. Pizzo shoots one up off the glass. They'll get it away again. 6 to go. Chopped off the boards. Played all the way out past the officials. They're going to rule that it hit one of the gloves of the Gamecock. Face-off will come right in front of their bench, I believe, with 2:3 to go here in the period. And barring any miraculous face-off plays, the Gamecocks are going to go 0 for 3 here on the power play. As I said, we'll send it to a break here in a couple of seconds. When we come back, I'll be down at ice level with Ben Smith. That'll serve as our intermission report. They drop the puck. It's down. Clock hits zeros. That'll do it for the second period. The score stands right now 5-3 in favor of the Charlotte 49ers. We're going to send you to a break, and we'll be back momentarily here on the Capital City Sports Network, presented by
Ben Smith. Dillon?
All right, back here with Ben Smith after the second period here. Ben, you guys are struggling a little bit on the power play, 0 for 3 now. How are you guys going to pick yourselves up here and come back out for the third period?
We need to possess the puck a little more on the power play. We're kind of just firing it around a little bit. Some guys are trying to take it themselves. We got to slow things down. We have a system we set up, we work on it in practice, so we just got to trust what Al's taught us, and be able to execute it.
Great view of the Zamboni here. Yeah, we'll go across later. Back out. Sorry, I lost my train of thought here now. You got a lot of shots. You had 13 shots in the first period, a little bit fewer shots there in the second. Are you going to try to work around, maybe move it outside a little bit to try and generate more shot opportunities? Because the opportunities that were there in the first, not quite there in the second.
Yeah, we're not getting the right opportunities. We're being a little too cute with the puck, holding on to it a little too long. We just got to get to the middle of the ice, 10 feet in, and start shooting the puck. We know this kid will give up plenty of rebounds, so we're just trying to generate second chance opportunities.
How you feeling? You got crunched a little bit there in the second. You feeling good?
Yeah, I got crunched, a little bruised up, but I'm a hockey player, so we're going to come out strong in the third period, see if we can get it done here for you.
All right. That's Ben Smith. I'm Dillon Clark. We're going to send it to a break here on the Capital City Sports Network. When we come back, we'll have the third period. Welcome back to the Capital City Sports Network. We are just about to get started here for period number 3. Before we do, we want to update you, give you the box score for that second period. And 3 goals, all scored by the 49ers. The first one coming off the stick, as we said, of Andrew Miller, his 28th of the season. The assists being awarded to Greg Driscoll and Patrick Salfia. Salfia and Driscoll each had 2 assists in that period. Second goal for the 49ers, Phil Warner. The assist being given to Max McArthur. And again, the third goal scored by Chase Weirden. Assist going to Driscoll. And what did I say? Salfia. Patrick Salfia. 2 assists each in that period for them. 3 goals, all 49er goals. Gamecocks have a bit of an uphill battle for them here in period number 3. As you heard Ben Smith say, got to get down to business, make some more smart plays with the puck. He will start out on the right wing of Corey Hawkinson. Had a chance to speak to Jake Tenji. He will not return to tonight's game. A lower body injury will sideline him for the remainder of this one. Gamecocks, we're going to come out with a bit of a jump here in period number 3. It's now or never for them. Corey Hawkinson and Nick Peters digging away at it with Driscoll. Driscoll and captain, almost a big chance there. Chase Weirden. Almost an opportunity to beat Gratzky. That's going to be 2-on-1 for the Gamecocks. Hawkinson centering pass. Peters swats at it. It's batted out of the air by one of the 49ers. Centering pass. Powderly shoots one. Loose in front almost. Sprawling out was Druitt on that play. Niners get it again. Lifted out. Held in. Hickman only once though. 2-on-1. Nick Peters, the lone defenseman. Miller curls around outside. Shoots with blocker. Saved by Kyle Gratzky. Miller absolutely undressed Nick Peters, and Gratzky was ready with the blocker.
Great stuff from Andrew Miller right there. A nasty toe drag leading to a shot on net, but a good save by Gratzky.
Gratzky keeping his head up, keeping his hands out in front of him. Honestly, I don't think he knew he made that save until that puck was well over the glass. About 48 seconds into this one here. And defense is on face-off. One forward by Charlotte. Taken down to the ice is Bobby Van Duzen, commonly known as Corporate Bob to his teammates. I just found that out during the intermission. Right ahead by Colin Anderson. Anderson crosses paths. Bobby Van Duzen tries to work at it. Comes back out. Hoey's going to have to drop back. Bringing it ahead now. Hoey strips that puck away from Jeremy Morano. And now ahead it's going to be Cam Meka. Meka down the near side. Meka backhands one in front. Nobody can get to it again. It is a game of unanswered passes for the South Carolina Gamecocks. Ahead now, MacArthur drops it from Morano. Morano shoots that one off the skate. And then again, in behind. Morano and MacArthur. In front a chance. Wouldn't go quite cleanly. They shoot it back in between the 2 49er defensemen. All the way back down. And yet again, another icing. As down to our left here, one of the 49ers has to pick up one of his gloves. Bit of a yard sale in the Gamecocks defensive zone. At some point, I feel like this is a good time to mention this. At some point, the Gamecocks will debut new white uniforms. Yes, you heard it here. The Gamecocks sold off their old white uniforms, pretty much the inverse of what you see them wearing now. Got new white uniforms, and they are sharp. Won't spoil anything more than that for you. Not entirely sure of when we'll see those new uniforms, but it's going to be soon. Duncan Hickman and the staff of the Gamecocks worked hard on those. Colin Anderson shoots one. That one blocked a bit uncomfortably there by Druitt. In behind again, it's Colin Anderson. Tries to avoid the official. Anderson shoots one from a bad angle. Popped off a skate in front. And the Niners will bring it back ahead. One-handed by Dominic Centracchio. Mental error there again for Centracchio, who play it in behind. The Niners get to it first. Up off the boards. Can't be held in there by Charlotte. They'll wrist it back in. Touch up at the blue line as the Gamecocks get reinforcements. Centracchio's out of gas. He can't get to it. Someone's right alone in front. A chance for the Niners. Shoots one just wide of the goal. Grade A opportunity there for Matthew Farrett. Excuse me. That's not right. Matthew Fawcett. My handwriting's a little hard to read sometimes. Back the other way come the Gamecocks. Nick Pizzo. Pizzo tries to bring it out wide again. Niners not giving the Gamecocks any of that center lane drive as Nick Pizzo's rubbed out along the boards. Centracchio waves at it with his stick. He's got it. Defense partner Duncan Hickman's got it. He called for it. Hickman. Nice pass ahead, directed in by Ronan Egan. Gamecocks getting the puck into the zone, not quite getting the chances they'd like. Hickman swats at it. It pops all the way up in the air. 49ers get it. Nice defensive play there by South Carolina. They'll have to move it up ahead. Up off the shoulder of Duncan Hickman. It'll pop in front of Kyle Gratzky. Nick Peters, again, on it for the Gamecocks. Bit of a dangerous pass there, but Duncan Hickman comes up away with it. Hickman powers one from the blue line, sails past the blocker of Druitt. And then Nick Pizzo gets hit. Matt Owen also hit by one of the 49ers. They'll bring it back ahead. A delayed call here against South Carolina. Somebody getting involved in behind the play. Duncan Hickman's going to try to touch it up, and he will. High stick being called here against South Carolina. They'll go shorthanded again. Looks like Matt Owen's going to be taken off. And again, the 49ers to the power play with a chance to make it 6.
We do know that the third period has been good to the Gamecocks recently, and their loss to Coastal Carolina, they put up a lot of goals late in the game to come back and make it close. They're going to need that same energy and same enthusiasm here in this third period.
Ben Smith in the box. It will not be Matt Owen. Ben Smith booked on the high sticking minor. And Andrew Miller moves it back to the quarterback of his power play. Blake Drummond in to get it for South Carolina. Will try to kill it. It goes all the way up, hits one of the lights, pops back down. We get another stoppage of play with 16:16 to go here in period number 3. That little play taking about 10 seconds off the power play clock for Charlotte. While we wait for things to resume here, tomorrow night it is another rivalry here on the Capital City Sports Network. The Gamecocks head into Greenville to take on the Clemson Tigers. Puck drop will be at 10 p.m. And that is sure to be a good one. You remember how good the first one was here. The Gamecocks' first regular season home game back in action this season. A huge victory against Clemson. They'll look to replicate that tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Be there, or certainly be square. Andrew Miller on the power play again. The Niners work at it. Kicked out by Gratzky. That shot from the far point by Driscoll. Glove down on the clearing attempt. That had to sting a little bit. Blake Drummond's going to get it for South Carolina in the corner. He's shadowed by Miller. Miller's going to come away with it. Miller on the back handle. Work it back down low. Chance in front. Walked all the way back out. Swatted down the ice. A solid defensive play there by Tyler Oakley. Oakley, native of Mansfield, Massachusetts. He goes to the bench for a line change. Shriver moves it back ahead. The Niners regroup here. A much more structured power play. Shoots one, and it goes in! Shot along the ice by Matt Shriver. He's got his second of the night. It's a power play goal, and the 49ers lead by 3.
And it looks like it was Jeremy Maragano. Excuse me if I pronounced that incorrectly.
Maragno. We've been looking at that all night.
He was shielding Gratzky really well in front of the goal. Gratzky really didn't get a good look at the puck, and a good shot there by Shriver.
The big net front presence there by Jeremy Marano. And one of the alternate captains here for Charlotte. Leads to a solid goal there right along the ice. Matt Shriver, his second goal of the night. And that one could possibly put it out of reach for the 49ers, but they come back ahead either way. That shot went off a stick up over the head of Kyle Gratzky. Niners move it back out. Gerasimo. They'll send it back down low. Chance in the slot now, just wide off the outside of the cage. Gratzky couldn't get to it. Didn't need to make a save, but he would have liked to get a toe on it and maybe direct it back into the corner more. Lofted down the ice again. Another icing for the Gamecocks. You see the tempo being played here by the 49ers. Just too much for South Carolina to handle. They look to get the puck out of the zone at any opportunity they can possibly find.
UNC-Charlotte certainly hasn't lost any aggression this period. There have been a lot of hits on the boards, and they're certainly taking shots in their offensive zone.
49ers seem to grow ever more confident with each goal they put in the back of the net. And for Kyle Gratzky, regardless of how he's feeling or how Alan Serwa feels, he's in there for the rest of the night, no matter how many the Niners put up. Ronan Egan on the back end. He tries to swivel one in. He'll be forced into the corner now as more 49ers try to strip the puck from his possession. It comes back out now. Centracchio able to whack it back in. Underneath it goes. Zach Broski back to get it for the 49ers. Dangerous pass, went off the stick of one of the Gamecocks, but the 49ers come up with it anyway. Lofted back in. 2 49ers in to get it. Evan Hoey's going to get there first. As we crest the 14-20 mark, a chance in front. Denied by one of the sticks of the Gamecocks. Backhanded up off the boards, Nick Pizzo. Tries to center one. And all Gamecocks are being careful there. Almost a too many men on the ice penalty. Miscommunication on the line change. You saw the hesitation of both players there. At least they recognized it. Too many men on the ice would have been blown for certain if one of them would have touched the puck with 6 skaters on the ice and a goaltender in the net. Just seems to be a lot of mental errors here tonight for the Gamecocks. Meanwhile, the 49ers put it off the boards in behind Kyle Gratzky. Alternate captain Nick Pizzo's going to get it. Jamming off the boards. It comes out for Cam Meka. Lines being shuffled here in the absence of Jake Tenji. Cam Meka's got some new line mates. Been playing a lot at center here. And again, Meka had a chance to get back in the zone. And looked like Colin Anderson just flat-footed getting back over that blue line. Redirected back in behind Gradsky. Hickman back to get it for South Carolina. He's rubbed off by Ray. Ray and Hickman will jam at it. It comes free, popped off a stick. Up in the air, Colin Anderson moves it ahead. On the backhand, looking for Bobby Van Duzen. Van Duzen can't chip it off, but he still gets the puck anyway. Centering pass just past the stick of Alec Martone. Cam Meka, he's battling for that puck. And back again, the 49ers. A long shot kicked out by Kyle Gradsky. Textbook save there with the left pad. Ray below the goal line for the 49ers. Tipped in front, that pass never got to the slot. It'll pop back up in the air. Back down, no. A shot from about 20 feet out. Nice opportunity there by Fawcett. More hits in the corner for South Carolina. Fawcett robbed of a chance. Van Duzen getting in on the physicality. And we see a stretch pass here. Chance for Meka. He shoots one, and that one caught the glass in behind the goaltender, drew it. Kept in and ripped back along by Nick Peters. Centering pass, almost a chance there. Loose in front, the goaltender vacated his crease. Gamecocks a solid opportunity there, but they couldn't convert. The wind's shifting here. Chance in front, kicked out there by Drew. He never saw it until it was right on top of him. A counterattack here for the 49ers. Just about 12 to go here. Whacked away. Taken down to the ice. One of the Gamecocks. Powderly's got it here for South Carolina. Williams shouldered heavily there by Nick Peters, but Peters caught the worst of it. Back in, it'll drift. Matthew Fawcett wearing 18 tonight for Coastal, for UNC-Charlotte. My goodness. He's got a goal so far. He's looking for a second one, but denied by the pad of Kyle Gradsky there. Goaltender for the 49ers will wrist it back out. A chance on the backhand. Oh, and a big opportunity there for Corey Hawkinson, and he puts it wide just past the shoulder of Harrison Druitt. Again, the Gamecocks work at it. Taken down in the slot, no penalty called. Corey Hawkinson moves it back out to the point. Some better puck movement now. Chance for the Gamecocks, tipped in front. Covered by Druitt. One of the Gamecock forwards will get down to the ice. Although, contrary to some of the things we've seen in the past, a scrum does not ensue. They restore order pretty quickly here after the whistle here. 11:22 to go in the game.
As the time ticks down in this third period, we're starting to see a little bit more chippiness on both sides of the puck. South Carolina with a spurt of aggression on the offensive side there in the last couple of minutes, but nothing to show for it.
You see the patience appearing to wear just a little bit thin for South Carolina here. They trail by 3 with 11:22 to go. A daunting task, but not altogether out of the question. We'll have to change some things quickly, though. Blake Drummond tipped in front, but it never got to the net. Another backhand chance, gobbled up by Druitt. Got that paddle down on the ice, backed it up with the glove, and we'll have another stoppage right away.
And we really haven't had a chance to talk about how good Druitt has been since his couple mistakes in the first period. He has been solid, and another shot saved.
The guys in front of him on defense for UNC-Charlotte here, they've been stellar in front of it. They've buttoned down all the lanes coming into their zone and really just choked the Gamecock offense into submission so far. Some grade A opportunities, though, for South Carolina. Have certainly gone by the wayside as this puck is ladled back in behind Druitt. And the two-men swing on the near side for Charlotte. Bumped off the puck almost there by South Carolina, and three men come strong for Charlotte. Shot off the stick there. Chase Weirden. His shot deflected by Evan Hoey, ended up wide of the goal. 10:40 to go in the third. Backhanded again. Charlotte on the forecheck. It's been strong all night. That puck hit Nick Pizzo in the back. Now Andrew Miller's got it. He'll walk the line. Miller goes down low. Some solid pressure there by the Gamecocks. They deny Andrew Miller of a quality chance. A shot there. Miller looking for the rebound. It's loose. Gradsky doesn't know where it is. He leans back, but that puck was sitting right in front of him. Salfia wheels at the blue line. Salfia never got to that. Chance on the far side now. Driscoll shoots one just past. Big opportunity there. Andrew Miller had his stick in the lane. Miller moves it now into the slot. Driscoll again, turning. Chance almost. An open stick there by the captain, Chase Weirden. Chance directed in front. Miller on the rebound. That's denied. And now it trickles almost into the net. Gradsky puts the ankles together and barely holds that puck right from going over the goal line. I thought we were going to see a goal signal.
UNC-Charlotte doing a great job of finding the open man. Couldn't get anything that possession, but that last puck just kicked out and Kyle Gratzky with a lucky break. That puck did not cross that red line.
Miller had a quality opportunity, an open net blocked by one of the Gamecock defenders. It looked like maybe Blake Drummond. And then
heavy hit on
Nick Peters goes in hard. A chance in front here, whacked out by Duncan Hickman there as they'll try to bring it ahead. Off the stick of Cam Mecca. Directed back in past the hand of Duncan Hickman. He'll look to go D to D, but he's, again, no one's safe from the forecheck of Charlotte here tonight. Mecca tries to bring it ahead. Tries to skate it away from one of the 49ers. Brings it ahead. Colin Anderson. Anderson now ran out of options. The puck will drift all the way back towards center. Nick Peters will wrist it back in. And in behind the goal for Harrison Druitt to leave for a defenseman. The tempo has just been sucked out of this game. The Gamecocks trying to get it back with some hits. Now it's going to be a chance again. Shooting one, and upstairs, that one's stopped by Druitt. He'll hang on to the puck as one of the Niner defensemen goes down behind the play. And we've got more pushing and shoving here along the near sideboards. Difficult to see what's going on there. At least for me. You guys at home might have a better view than I do. But again, quickly wrapped up by the officials. Cam Mecca's going to go to the box, as will Bobby Van Duzen. And it'll be interesting to see if any of the 49ers will head to the box. Mecca. Cam Mecca just popped back out of the penalty box, and now he's sitting on the bench. I don't know if they're going to catch that. Cam Mecca pulling a little switcheroo. It wasn't even a switcheroo. He just left the penalty box.
Referees talking it over. It looks like a Charlotte player will be going to the penalty box.
Should that be the case, and guaranteeing this, if Cam Mecca isn't supposed to be in the penalty box, we'll skate 4-on-4. If he is, then the minors to Mecca, and hard to tell who's in the box there for Charlotte. Those minors will offset, and it looks like that won't happen though. We'll play 4-on-4. The minors will not offset. Alan Sirwall waving his guys back over, trying to get the right personnel out there with 9:13 to go. And they're gonna bring Kyle Gratzky to the bench. Now Sirwall's showing in the hand. Sirwall trying to direct traffic here. I can't tell exactly what's going on, and I don't think his players can either. Duncan Hickman will come to the bench now. It would be an early goaltender pull for Alan Sirwall. It looked like he was waving Gratzky to the bench for a moment. Puck bouncing around as Charlotte brings it back ahead, and I'm sure Sirwall very glad he didn't bring Gratzky to the bench. Miller shoots one. That one off the stick of Corey Hawkinson. Miller certainly likes to drag that puck out before he lets a wrister go. Ben Smith advances it. Up off his stick, Ian Powderly's got it. Held in at the line by Corey Hawkinson. Powderly comes away with it. Powderly into the slot. Moves it over for Ben Smith. Smith drifts down low, shoots one. That one shrugged off by Druitt. And now cannot be kept in by Corey Hawkinson. Hawkinson falls down. It's going to be a breakaway. In on goal. Shoots one. Save made by Kyle Gratzky.
Big save by Gratzky there.
Denies Weirden a chance. And the Gamecocks still have life here in period number 3. As Charlotte brings it back in. Shriver pulls up. He's got 2 goals so far tonight. Curls one into the slot. The Gamecocks deny that opportunity. Brought back ahead by Nick Peters. Peters denied by Shriver. Shriver kicks the puck over to near his bench area, and the Gamecocks have it. Ben Smith. Smith lofts the puck. Shriver gets it. He'll lift it out towards center. And Andrew Miller looking for a clean break. He's going to let it go, though. Scores! A clean chance for Matthew Fawcett. His 2nd goal of the night. And everybody just watched. Everybody, including Andrew Miller, as Fawcett brought that in all alone and put it between the wickets of Kyle Gratzky. 7-3 now the score in favor of Charlotte.
Yeah, it looks like South Carolina lost track of who was back, and there was a 2-on-0. Hard to defend those by Gratzky. Can't fault him on that one. But good positioning and a good goal for UNC-Charlotte.
And try to take a second to step in the head of Kyle Gratzky here. You got Fawcett with the puck, but you see on his right side, he's got Miller next to him. Every instinct, all the percentages are telling you that he's going to send that puck over to Miller. Miller's going to be the one that's going to try to beat you as Miller gets crunched down low. Mecca turning up the physical play. And that seems to be South Carolina philosophy. If you can't beat him, hit him. In behind the goal, Harrison Druitt stops it. Ray's going to get it now. And again, taken down behind the play. That's going to be a penalty here. And Duncan Hickman goes down, and he's going to have some words. Richard Lovelace took down Hickman. Hickman did not have the puck. That'll be an interference call. And barring any unsportsmanlike conduct penalties picked up by Duncan Hickman, Lovelace will go to the box, and we will skate, I want to say 4-on-3 for the next 29 seconds. And the crowd responding. What's that?
Looks like it's going to be 5-on-4.
Loveless, they're going to toss him?
Gave a salute to the South Carolina bench while skating off.
Richard Lovelace taken out of the game. He's certainly asking to hear it now. They're going to give it to him, but I'm sure he doesn't care because his team's up by 4. Lovelace taken out of the game. A major penalty, a minor penalty. Minor penalty, they probably gave him a 10-minute misconduct. And with less than 10 minutes remaining in the game, they just said, yeah, hit the showers, bud. So the 49ers will be short a defenseman for the rest of the night. They will also be short-handed. We'll skate 4-on-4 right now. Got to take a moment to see all the penalties being sorted out here. Anytime anything like this happens, there is always so much confusion between the officials, the coaches, the players.
Official waves 4-on-3, and they're going to take a Charlotte player off the ice.
That's what was confusing me, was the 4 men on the ice for Charlotte. Fawcett's going to head to the bench, and a face-off dropped. They'll try to move it into the slot area. Powderly's there in front. Down below the Gamecocks. Try to center, and it comes back now. Hawkinson shoots one, never got to the net. Ben Smith kicks up to his stick. Smith for Hawkinson. Smith shoots one, and that one goes wide. May have gone off the stick of Druitt up into the netting. Another face-off will come here now, this time to Harrison Druitt's left.
Say what you will about the South Carolina team, but they certainly do have heart. Down 4 goals here with 7:30 left. They're doing everything they can to put pucks in the net.
Smith again wins it forward. Poked away, a diving poke check there by Druitt. Gets it as far as the blue line. Peters moves it down low. Into that circle, back up center point to Peters. One touch pass, Hawkinson fanned on the attempt. Hawkinson again. Gets slashed and whacked, he goes down to the ice now. He's still got the puck though. Corey Hawkinson now goes down to the ice one more time. He loses the puck. 1 man out of the box, both men out. It'll be 5-on-4 here now. That'll be the penalty with Van Duzen out of the box. Ray behind the play. Van Duzen and Ray, and now another hit. More players going after it, not even close to the play. That puck gets past Ben Smith. He's going to dive, and he gets the puck. Solid effort there by Ben Smith as he gets ridden into the boards. We'll see if that develops behind the play. We're going to try to focus on the puck now.
Oh.
Ben Smith shoves him down behind the play. That'll certainly be a penalty. Smith's going to argue that his stick and skates were being held. Smith's going to go after him now.
And the referee takes down the Charlotte player.
I can't tell who it is. It looks like Jeremy Morano. Ben Smith's got about 4 or 5 inches on Morano, and he let Morano know. Getting right in the cage of Morano. And at this point, a lost cause. Ben Smith thinking, well, I might as well have a little fun and send a message here at the end of the game. Alternate captain Andrew Miller will have a conversation with the officials trying to sort out what's going to go on. And we'll have more 4-on-4 here. We're trying to sort out the penalties, although I believe 4-on-4 will be the result here. The crowd, for some reason, chanting Andrew Miller, although Andrew Miller didn't really have anything to do with that play. Well, he does have a goal in this game. Miller now on the ice. Going to try to cash in for his second of the night. Miller on that left side. You got to always watch him. 5-on-5, 4-on-4 power play. Doesn't matter. Watch number 9. Duncan Hickman's got it for the Gamecocks. He'll try to skate it out. He'll backhand it into the skates. And nothing doing there. Chase Weirden, the one who brought it back in. Hickman's going to try to chop it. He gets Salfia in his face, and now Van Duzen's going to have it. Van Duzen, possibly a 2-on-1. Van Duzen looks. He'll head below the goal line. Van Duzen out ahead. Too far for the stick of Ronan Egan. They'll come back. Andrew Miller is going to be all over Ronan Egan in a couple of seconds here. Puck comes down to Duncan Hickman. Hickman, pressured by Chase Weirden. To the corner they come. The crowd all but taken out of it here at the Plex. Ronan Egan having trouble handling that in front of his goaltender. They'll circle it in behind the goal again. Duncan Hickman surveys the lay of the land, finds Van Duzen, but it's taken away again by Chase Weirden. Weirden sauces one ahead. Too far for one of his teammates. It's going to come to Ronan Egan. Egan has it almost stripped there. They'll double back. And in 1 second, the Gamecocks find themselves shorthanded now. That one off the glove of Salfia. They'll drop it back. Driscoll brings it ahead to the near side. He'll send it around. curling up back towards the point now. Walking the line, shooting one, tipped in front and off a Gamecock stick. Just over the shoulder of Kyle Gratzky, catches the glass, and comes again where Bobby Van Duzen can take it. They'll try to take it away from Salfia. Hawkinson skating, he's got Driscoll draped all over him. Hawkinson goes down for probably the 5th time tonight. Hawkinson and Driscoll going for it. Neither one of them comes up with the puck, though. The 49ers have it. Shriver with 2 goals tonight, drops for Miller, shoots one. A lightning quick release, stopped by Kyle Gratzky. And a hand pass called here by the official with 16 to go on the penalty to Ben Smith. 4:58 to go in period number 3. As the Gamecocks trail by 4, it's 7-3. Always seems that whenever we get a game in this situation, high-scoring game, lopsided, gets down towards the end, a lot of penalties. There's a lot of downtime in between whistles. Gamecocks will have one more defensive zone face-off here as Miller taking his time getting back to the bench. Now Miller steps over the bench, they'll drop the puck. Winning it forward now is Charlotte. Hickman tries to work it out of trouble. Flick down the ice though. It looks like Avery Pruden the last one to touch that puck. Charlotte to regroup here with 3, 2, and 1. Ben Smith back out on the ice now. 5-on-5, Smith goes right to the bench. Out wide, another Gamecock just tumbling down to the ice. Matt Owen can't hold it. It'll be shoveled back in. And Pruden to have it now for South Carolina. Just under 4.5 to go. Redirected in. And the 49ers will have to regroup. They'll connect D to D. The Gamecocks, as soon as this game is over, will undoubtedly turn their attention to tomorrow night in Clemson. As I said earlier, a 10 p.m. start time. But it's a Saturday night, and offsides may be called here against South Carolina. The faceoff will come back outside. And the chance to redeem themselves less than 24 hours away.
And the status of Tingy being up in the air is definitely a big factor for that next game.
Absolutely. As we said, Jake Tingy not returning tonight. His status for tomorrow night in Clemson is questionable. And really, I know causation... The correlation does not imply causation, but you really got to think that as soon as Jake Tingy left the game, the wind left the sails of South Carolina here. They just haven't played the same way. They haven't had that same drive since Tingy exited the game. 49ers bring it back in. Almost a penalty there called. The official could have tagged Tyler Oakley there if he wanted to, but he decided not to. Corey Hawkinson shoots that one off the glass. Druitt shoots that one off the glass in his corner. Takes an awkward bounce, and the puck comes now. Almost a centering pass. Can't quite connect. Story of the night for South Carolina. Solid passes that just never got there. Matt Owen back to get it for South Carolina. He can't come up with it. It'll pop loose. Corey Hawkinson's going to take his time, shove it on the backhand, but not out. The Gamecocks seemed to exit the zone, but the puck didn't, and neither did the 49ers. More players battle for it in front. Coming out is Gratzky, and now he's out of his net. They score. Gratzky lunges out. A bit of an ill-advised play there. Ryan Burke deposits his 4th goal of the season in the back of the net, and it is 8. And this place is silent.
Yeah, simple mental mistake by Gratzky there, coming out of the net a little early. A little anxious to try and get that puck, but quick shot by Charlotte
At this
for a
point,
wide open net.
Absolutely. At this point, you know, leading up to that, you've allowed 7. It had been just a rotten night. You're second-guessing yourself at every turn. You're never sure of anything you do after you let 7 goals in, and now 8 for Kyle Gratzky. He'll get the mental reset here. If I haven't said this already, Zach Lynch, his suspension is up tomorrow. Alan Surwa has already given him the start in Clemson. And Kyle Gratzky will back him up for that. It kind of makes you appreciate a little bit more last year when Bobby Lombardi went down with his injuries, career-ending though they were. Jared Ward, he stepped into a bigger role for the Gamecocks, and Nick Jasinski, if you'll remember, didn't make the team out of training camp, but after it became clear that Bobby Lombardi would not be able to play and continue the season, they brought Nick Jasinski back, and he served as a stellar backup. And he even got into some game action, and he looked pretty stellar. Finished the year with a .913 save percentage. The only Gamecock goaltender to do so that season. Everyone else down in the 800s is now This puck dropped off for Ben Smith. That pass moved back out, and the 49ers will bring it back into South Carolina territory once more. Back pass avoids everybody. Both Gamecocks and 49ers seem to be allergic to the puck there for those 2 seconds.
Yeah, Dillon, goalies were a big question at the beginning of this year.
Absolutely.
But having that hot 6-0 start was a chance down low.
Follow-up chance there, Powderly and Colin Anderson. He'll try to twirl this one back down to Drummond. We'll get back to the goaltenders in a minute. Redirected on goal. Save made there by Druitt. And again, the Gamecocks getting some smaller chances, turning into bigger ones as we just under 2 minutes to go here in the third period. An 8-3 hockey game. Certainly not the result the Gamecocks had wanted or really thought would happen. As Andrew Miller takes that puck up high, he'll play it down low. Driscoll has it now. Back in now, Ben Smith off the turnover. Moves up to Colin Anderson. Anderson's got one man in the slot. He can't get to the puck, though. Bounces all the way back out. Blake Drummond, not Corey Hawkinson. I apologize. And Driscoll moves it again to his defenseman. And again, the Gamecocks will break it out. And Ian Powderly, I think he just face-planted on the bench as he went back to it.
It's been that kind of night for the Gamecocks.
It has absolutely been that kind of night. Fans got a good laugh out of it, though. I think Powderly did, too. And at this point, it's good to laugh at yourself when little things like that happen. Positive attitude cannot be overvalued here, especially in college hockey, because you have nights like this, then you have fantastic nights like they had against Clemson. It really, the emotions at this level of hockey, it's similar to the World Juniors, and the players of this age. Everyone's young. No one's really over 22, 23 years of age. The emotions can flip like a switch, and I think we've seen that in small spurts tonight. Momentum and emotions can go in either direction at any moment. And it just so happened that tonight, all of them seem to go in UNC-Charlotte's direction, pretty much from the drop of the puck in the second period. 30 seconds to go. The Gamecocks trying to get one last chance here. That puck wouldn't go. They won't give up that easily, though. Cam Mecca keeps it in. Mecca tries to go through one of the Charlotte defenders. It's Driscoll. Mecca finds out that Driscoll cannot be skated through, but rather over top of. And Driscoll will have to pick himself up off the ice. We'll have a stoppage in play here. Perhaps the last of the game with 11.8 to go here in period number 3. Again, getting back to the goaltenders, it's easy to forget that as of September 10th, the Gamecocks did not have a goaltender. They had one of the managers step in, I believe, not entirely sure of his age, but he's well into 60. They had him step in. They had a goaltender from the University of Wisconsin step in and take some shots in tryouts, but they were fortunate enough to get a goaltender here. They got two of them. They got Zach Lynch and Kyle Gratzky. As this game hits zeros, Gratzky's going to have to shake this one off. Zach Lynch is going to have to mentally prepare for Clemson tomorrow night at 10 p.m. And really, all of the Gamecocks will have to mentally prepare for Clemson. Going to have to hit the reset button here, go home, sleep it off, and wake up bright and early and get themselves prepared for a Tiger team that has been waiting for them since the end of the first semester. That'll do it for us here. We'll bring it back for a brief post-game recap. Final score tonight, the UNC-Charlotte 49ers 8, your South Carolina Gamecocks 3. We're going to send it to a break, and when we come back, the intermission report, or the post-game report, excuse me, here on the Capital City Sports Network presented by SGTV. right, welcome back for the last time tonight to the Capital City Sports Network. Your South Carolina Gamecocks falling by a score of 8-3 to the visiting Charlotte 49ers. And what went wrong?
Well, first period started out strong, had a lot of offensive chances, put up 3 goals in the first period, and then didn't score since. Lack of offense in the second and third, and UNC-Charlotte did not let up. They scored, what, 6 unanswered goals?
6 unanswered goals. They came with a game plan, and they executed it. We talked about the Gamecocks coming out strong in the pregame. They did that. We talked about them continuing and playing a consistent game. They did not do that. And if there was one thing that won them the game against Clemson back in, I believe, November, it was their consistency throughout the game. So looking forward to tomorrow night, what are they going to have to change in order to get the 2 points over Clemson?
Well, the mental mistakes tonight were just kept coming. A lot of passes just went astray to the other team and set up chances on the other end. So they're going to have to prevent those tomorrow. And the discipline was better this game. They did okay on the penalty kill, but they have to have a better attitude in the second and third periods later in the game.
As we've seen so often, the bigger the score gets in favor of the opposition, the more penalties the Gamecocks take. That is not uncommon here in college hockey. But the Gamecocks find themselves in a 2-game slide. They're going to have to turn things around. It's going to be an uphill battle tomorrow night against Clemson. But looking farther ahead, after Clemson, some more games, the Gamecocks will go down to Georgia. That'll be in, I believe, 2 weeks, so we won't be able to cover that game for you. But February 8th, 9th, and 10th, the Gamecocks head down to Nashville for the SEC tournament. We are very excited for that one. They just made a new trophy for the SEC tournament.
Wow, I'm sure the players are loving that.
Gamecocks will be eyeing that one. They got to dig themselves out of this little 2-game skid here. They got to pick up one more game, I believe, to be SEC tournament ready, eligible, I should say. And I talked to Duncan Hickman, team president for South Carolina. They have confirmed that game. So if everything goes right there, the Gamecocks will be headed to Nashville February 9th, 10th. And if they win on those days, 8th, 9th, and maybe even the 10th. So we look forward to that. We look forward to Clemson. And that'll just about wrap it up for us here on the Capital City Sports Network. For Zach McKinstry and all of us here at CCSN, my name is Dillon Clark. Thank you for joining us. Good night, Carolina. Forever to thee.